There is a tiny man-made island in Mexico called Mexcaltitan that has captivated my interest for a very long time now. There are a lot of mysteries and rumors surrounding the island, like who made it, and it was designated a Pueblo Mágico by the federal government, and you can only get there by a boat. I'm Jenna Bosiger, and thank you for watching my Cryptid Cryptids YouTube channel. And if you share my interest in cryptids, then please hit the like for this video and make sure you're subscribed. I really do appreciate it. So on this episode, I look into Mexcaltitan, the myths and the legends, starting with just the landscape, which is so unusual. And the creators of this man-made island date back to 4000 BC. When the Spanish missionaries found the island, they removed what they found that was there from the ancients, like the pyramids and who knows what else, and they built churches and put their own things in place. Definitely didn't withstand the test of time, because it's really a shame that this is here instead of what was originally here. So there's other man-made islands like Dubai, but it takes a lot of manpower and machines to move that much earth and dirt and sand. So there's also other ancient man-made islands like Namidal, which is across the world, but also said to have been made by giants. It's on the eastern shore of an island in Micronesia. And another one that's very ancient, very, very ancient, named El Sayyi, and that is near Bahrain. Some in the Orkney Islands, but I couldn't find them, but ancient people living on man-made islands built by giants. Mexcaltitan is in a national swamp in the Nayarit section of Mexico, and I'm going to read what it says here. It says, arising out of this legend, historians believe the mythical name of the island Aztlan means land of herons. In the Aztec Nahuatl language, and its formal name, Mexcaltitan, derived from the Nahuatl Metzli, which is their moon goddess, which means in the moon's house. So it was said to have been a place to worship the moon. So while the island may have multiple names, they do know that the Aztecs eventually referred to themselves as the Mexicas, which stems from the island's name that later evolved into Mexico. Okay, I find that interesting that the Aztecs used two names to describe themselves. Well, so Nahuatl reminds me of the name Nahulo, which was given, I think, by the Cherokee to refer to the ancient giants of Tennessee. And they were said to have been white with blue eyes. And then the atl is the weapon that the ancient people used. The Aztecs found Teotihuacan, and it was like 1,000 or more years old when they found it. And they didn't build it. And I don't think they built Mexcaltitan either. I think they somehow found that as well. They took over both places, and I don't think that they were the creators of it, though. In fact, in Aztec mythology, I learned that Quinametzin, according to Aztec legends, Quinametzin populated the world during the previous era of the sun and rain, Nahuli and Qualhutl. They were punished by the gods because they did not venerate them, and their peak civilization came to an end in the result of a great flood from the heavens for the grave sins they committed, which sounds familiar. Construction of the pyramid of Cholula and Teotihuacan was attributed to the Quintametzin giants. And according to Aztec legends from dailyoccult.com, the Quintametzin giants inhabited Mesoamerica and Mexico in archaic time. Not just them, but the Quintametzin and other humanoid giants are mentioned in Aztec and Mesoamerican mythology and in the Spanish chronicles. And these mysterious beings stood over 10 feet tall and weighed 600 pounds. This is a drawing of a group of natives in the central highlands of Mexico capturing and putting to death a giant, a Quintametzin captured by the Aztecs. And they even have names for the giants, and it goes into a lot of detail about them. The Great Pyramid of Cholula has been called the largest in the world, and according to Aztec myths, Teotihuacan and Cholula was built by the Quetzalcoatl giants, and that was repeated from different sources. There was also, in one of the Aztec legends, a myth about a large bird on a cactus with a snake in its mouth. There is a connection there, and it is also the Nayarit flag. Now, instead of a cactus, he's on a knife, but the snake in his mouth, that comes from the Aztec legend. It seems like in every culture, not only do you have legends of giants, but you also have legends of humans attacking them and killing them all. And you've got some pictures here you can see from the museum, a little bit of what it might have used to look like before they destroyed it all. There's a circular stone thing. There was pyramids, who knows what else. But there's some very large stone petroglyphs that are still remaining. And I don't think much else is remaining, but it's still a very fascinating place that definitely... So this is Mexcaltitan, and I was wondering why here, And one possibility I came up with was that it might be strategically placed here. You can see that you can enter through this passageway, likely, and you can also enter from this passageway. And this is what happens when you do that. So I'll zoom in. You see, you enter here, and you're going to go through here. No choice but to go take the big route, this is the big path. You enter this little pool called Toluca, and, there's only one way to go when it comes to that. If you dead ends. And so you will go this way, and you'll likely take this path and enter this pool that you could be stuck in if somebody decided to block this entrance after you came in, and then the only other way out would be right into Mexcaltitan. And in the meantime, you would be trapped in this area. So this is a man-made island, and it's this circular shape here. They just as easily could have used this circular shape here and made the island here. But instead, it's a man-made island, and it's placed here. I think maybe it is strategic. That's the only thing I can come up with. Another thing that's kind of interesting, if you look at this over here, it looks like a snake with its forked tongue sticking out, the river. This is its eye and its head and its tongue, and it looks pretty cool. But if you look at how isolated this place is, another reason for this placement is that access from the ocean. but also because it's really well hidden. I mean, you wouldn't be able to see it from the ocean. And so unless you knew it was there, you could just kind of get lost before ever finding it. And then when you did, you'd end up in this pool here where you're kind of trapped. And I did look for an entrance on this side, and I thought I remembered I couldn't find one, but let's just see. Let's see if we can get there. Where is it at? Okay, so yeah, you know what? I looked, and zooming in, I mean, I know landscapes changed over thousands of years. These land masses block the entrance so that you're never really able to make it going this way. See, this is all blocked off. So really the only ways to get to Mexcaltitan from the ocean, you know, is this way that I showed you, and this other way that you could see really clearly from down here, where you would just go along here and it would just sort of take you into the same place as the other one. So I decided to start looking around the area for other ruins, and I did find some interesting things. This place is called Aztlan de las Garzas. This place is named Atacama, which is the name of the Atacama with the elongated heads that are in Peru. It's spelt differently, I think, but interesting that it shares that name. Right here, okay, so Mexcaltitan is right here. And just up the beach here is the Pyramid El Colón. And it's a very interesting, there's only one picture, but look at how interesting, it's totally unexplored and covered with vegetation still. And so there's that pyramid there that no one's explored yet. And some petroglyphs here. This looks very beautiful. Oh my gosh. Center of ceremonies of the Alta Vista. It is? Okay. For some reason it got here in this location. They're showing us, this is one of the pyramids. That's one of the pyramids. These are the pyramids right here. There's two of them. There's one right here. And these are just the people that live in the area. You know, like, hey, we got a pyramid here, if anyone's interested. And then, where are the other ones? Oh, this isn't a pyramid, but look at this location that's nearby. There's two more pyramids that have been undiscovered. I showed you the one, and then I'll show you the other one. Here's Pyramid 1 and Pyramid 2. So they don't have a picture, but you can zoom in. And you can see this is the pyramid. There's the pyramid right here. Isn't that cool? Okay, so here's Mexcaltitan. Okay, here's Mexcaltitan, and here's these two. I don't know if these are them. Let's see. I don't think this is them. This is just something weird that I found. Okay, so these Mexcaltitan is up here. And then these pyramids are down here. There's two of them. And they completely have not been talked about. Here's this one. You can see it. Totally covered in thick vegetation. I kind of feel like I see something right there. But this pyramid has not been excavated at all. And you know, we're developing ways of seeing through, you know, the LiDAR technology. Maybe we could apply that and try to see through some of this vegetation. It's cool that it's covered like that. And then the other one is a little smaller. And here it is. It's in the middle of the field. Here you can see the straight lines here. It's a square. But then this must be some kind of the intro. Oh, there's a line right there. And why they have trees coming out to this point like that is interesting. Pyramid Dos. Interesting, huh? And then Mirador, I think, means maybe place to see the pyramids. Oh yeah, look, that's what they look like on the ground. Isn't that neat? Completely, that's a pyramid. That's huge. And nobody's, you know, looking into that. But then there's this pyramid up here as well, not too far. Here's Mexcaltitan. It says Pyramid El Calón. And another pyramid, de Concha. Can't really see it, but oh, I can see this one sticking up. See? Wow. There's some lines here. And it's just not been looked at all. And this one you can see, why is it, I'm not sure why it's all sparkly, but that's it right there on ground level, and you can see it's in the swamplands. But wow. Isn't that neat? It's the only picture of it. So this area is very interesting. Mexcaltitan is pretty isolated still, which makes me think it was strategic. They were either trying to hide or maybe capture anybody that tried to mess with them. They would be trapped, and that might be to an advantage. And then there's this strange structure out here. Don't know if it's new or old, but who knows what this looked like 4,000 years ago. There's a cross right here. But these islands are pretty much have vegetation on them. There is a road, but the road only gets you so far, and then you got to get on a boat to get the rest of the way to this location. But along here, I was looking at and I was seeing a circle, 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 circle. Let's see. Here was just a strange line of some kind. Watch. That could just be from the computer or something is there. But you see these circles. What is this? These things, there could have been ruins. It's very blurry though. When I try to zoom in on anything, I can't see much, but I did find some other possible ruins in the area. But you just don't know because they're very, very blurry. But there do seem to be these circles, circles. These could have been things. But it would be difficult to get around in this area. And there's Mexcaltitan. I just think it's so interesting. Why did they make a man-made island here when right over here is another round place that they could have made into an island? This is already an island. Why did they make an island? They had to have been giants. And it was taken over by the Aztecs. This little thing here is interesting, and it might be on another map of ancient times, so try to remember that. But other than that, it's pretty much a round circle. And it floods all the time. It regularly floods. It's still a very fascinating place that definitely holds a lot of secrets and mysteries, and I wonder about those pyramids that are nearby that haven't been uncovered yet. It remains a mystery, like much of Mexcaltitan does. But again, to think of the manpower it would take to create a man-made island in a swamp, like not near any cities, is interesting. And again, I think the reason might have been strategic or to hide from humans. All right, well, that's going to do it for this episode about Mexcaltitan. Thank you for watching, and if you are interested in cryptids and other creatures from the BC, then hit the like for this video and make sure you're subscribed. And until next time, bye!